Let's get started. I would like to introduce Kaizen's own Global Product Line Manager, Debbie Carboni.
Thanks, Kathy, and thank you all for spending a few minutes of your morning or evening with me. Today, I'd like to talk to you about pH in cleaning and answer the question, does it help or hinder your PCB cleaning? As we begin to discuss pH, it's important to recognize that unlike a temperature scale, the pH scale is logarithmic. In other words, each number is 10 times more powerful or less powerful than the next, and so on. For example, the pH of 9 is 100 times more alkaline than a pH of 7, and the pH of 5 is 100 times more acidic than the pH of 7, and so forth. We use products like soda pop with a pH of 3 to fancy water with a pH of 10 every day. So what pH do you think your cleaner should have? The answer to that depends on the soil that you're cleaning. If you have an inorganic soil, like a metal oxide, you would choose a low pH acidic cleaner. However, if you have an organic soil, you would choose a higher alkaline pH cleaner. In our electronics world, most often we're talking about flux in the form of solder paste. Fluxes also act as a cleaner since their job is to remove metal oxides. And solder pastes are a complex mixture of organic and inorganic materials themselves, making them a combination soil. So what combination cleaning technology and what pH is the right choice? It often can depend. For example, you take this QFN. In one process, it's 100% clean. However, in another process, it's only partially clean. So what's the difference? The chemistry is the difference. Engineering a cleaning chemistry that is kind of like baking a cake. Each ingredient has a specific job to ensure a positive outcome. A cleaning solution needs to be effective at cleaning a wide range of both organic and inorganic soils. To accomplish that, you need the entire recipe, not just one. Solvents are used to dissolve and hold the flux in solution throughout the life of the bath. Activators are added to react with parts of the flux and help keep those in solution through the rinsing process. Buffering is critical to manage flux acids. They protect substrates from acids building up in the wash solution over the life of that bath. And waving agents are used to lower the surface tension to clean below those low standoff devices such as QFNs. And last but not least, inhibitors are used to protect the solder joint, coated metals such as anodized aluminum, and part markings. Together, these materials create an effective cleaning product that will provide value for many weeks and months of use. With the proper and right balance of all these building blocks, you will not need to make trade-offs that will cost you down the road. Let's talk about regulations and safety data sheets. Is pH the only factor that plays into these? The short answer is no. Take these two products, for example. One is a pH of 7 and the other is a pH of 9. Earlier, we discussed that a pH of 9.5 is 100 times more alkaline than the pH of 7.5. That sounds like a lot more alkalinity. But I want you to notice one thing. The pH of 7.5 has a hazardous warning for skin, and yet the 9.5 pH does not. So how is it that cleaning agent A has 100 times more alkaline and yet is not a skin irritant? Well, do you remember that whole product being a mixture of many ingredients used for specific reasons to make it work? It turns out that pH is not the only measure that counts when it comes to effectiveness or health and safety. It also turns out that when it comes to your waste stream, what is or is not allowed. pH is one of several factors as well. There are over 15,000 publicly operated treatment works in the U.S., and Lord knows how many others around the world. They each set their own rules based on local circumstances. Remember, POTW is a manufacturing operation. They take waste and they make clean water. These four factors, along with others like dissolved heavy metals, are what each POTW has to balance. And just as you do with raw materials on your own factory. Interestingly enough, pH is often first and important, but typically has a wide process window of 6 to 10, and sometimes even higher. Surprisingly, many POTWs like to have slightly alkaline streams to help neutralize some of the other acidic materials that they must manage. Most manufacturers are worried about total dissolved solids, especially dissolved heavy metals like lead. But not much thought is ever given to organics. And regardless of measuring over many days during a biological process or quickly in a chemical lab process, BODs and CODs are a big deal for POTWs. The organics are most of what the POTW treats, and that treatment uses living colonies, basically bugs, to do that job that's critical. Of course, the bugs can only eat so much organics, so that BOD and COD level, they're often very restrictive. That is one of the challenges of lower pH cleaning products. They almost always have significantly higher BOD and COD ratings. So don't assume anything about wastewater, and check your local regulations carefully, especially if you hope to send your wash tank down the drain to the POTW. We humans use a wide range of pH products in our daily lives, both to drink as well as clean. I've selected 4 examples here to talk with you about. The first is soda, which has a pH of 2.5. Most people, like myself, will enjoy a soda every now and then, but more often I'm drinking water, and often alkaline water, that has a pH of about 10. Soda contains phosphoric acid and is also a great cleaner of toilets, among other things. Toilet cleaners, however, is not something I would recommend after a workout or any time. Likewise, Clorox and alkaline waters can be used to clean and disinfect surfaces, but I wouldn't recommend drinking either Clorox or Lysol, not because of pH, but because of those other ingredients in the products. Yes, pH is an indicator and can have an impact on humans, the environment, and the cleaning results. But remember, it's not always about the number, but about all those other ingredients and whether or not altogether they are effective and safe. It's true for Coke, it's true for Pepsi, Lysol, and PCB cleaners too. Like we discussed earlier, all chemistries are designed for the task at hand. In our industry, that is mostly talking about cleaning flux. Most fluxes contain a pH of somewhere between 2 and 3. If a product is engineered correctly, it will absorb these low pH soils without becoming low pH themselves. You would not want to use an acidic cleaner on your assemblies. Your cleaning product needs to continue to clean and not harm your PCBs. If the pH of your cleaning product shifts a lot, regardless of where it starts, you can expect cleaning performance to decline, and to decline very fast. That means trouble in your production, which is never a good thing. Like we discussed, success is in pH management. It is critical to keep a stable pH when mixing the flux and the cleaning chemistry. Without the pH management, there is a risk of corrosion or harm to products, surfaces, or people. A major shift can cause major reliability issues. A well-designed cleaner is more than just pH. It's about balance, all of the ingredients and how they work together to do the job. You need to have good cleaning, good economics, great health and safety while preventing inconsistent cleaning, compatibility, or corrosion issues on your shop floor. Remember, it's not the pH number that determines the outcome. It's all about the cleaner design. All of the ingredients working together to get your job done well, cost effectively and safe. Cleaning performance depends on the entire process and their interactions. pH neutral does not mean no harm on surfaces or humans. It is the balance that is engineered into a product that ensures pH stability and production consistency. I want to thank you today for joining me. And with that, I'm going to pass this over to Cassie to open the floor open to questions.
Thanks again, Debbie. Again, we thank you all for taking time to join us today, and we hope to see you again soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.